Okay, this might seem weird, but I bought this jelly roll off of Amazon, and I can explain more in the text, but I don't think it's cotton. And I read about this burn test you can do. I actually had come across it a few years ago when I thought that the sheets I bought were counterfeit cotton. So this is supposed to burn, not curl. It's supposed to turn into gray ash. It's supposed to smell like burning paper. So we're gonna see what happens.
Maybe I should have held it up more.
Should be able to put it down. It looks like it's curling. Look at that. See, I thought there was poly in here. It is not all cotton. And when I'm sewing it, it's the texture is weird. Look at that. Look how it's curling. It's not supposed to do that. That's polyester. So, long story short, people, I was making this flimsy to practice free motion quilting on. I've been using muslin, and I wanted to do something with prints because I typically work with prints or, you know, colors, not just like a plain muslin. Yeah, this is not burning at all the way it's supposed to. So this jelly roll is, wow, look at how that curls. It's something I bought on Amazon, and I liked a couple of the floral prints on it, and I thought they were cute. And so I knew that the price was low, but this isn't a designer fabric. This is like a no-name fabric. And I didn't think that I was going to get the kind of quality that you would get from, say, Free Spirit or, you know, any of the other designer brands that I typically work with. But I thought some of the florals were really cute, and I decided, what the heck, you know, for, I think it was like 20 bucks for a jelly roll. And when I got it and I opened it, it just didn't feel right to me, and it didn't behave right to me while I was sewing it. And this explains it. It's not cotton. There might be some cotton in it, but it smells like plastic, and it's curling. It's not supposed to do that, and it's supposed to produce a gray ash. What I probably should do is get some cotton from upstairs. Wow. Because I have like real, legit, I typically work with, you know, the kind of stuff we buy at quilt shops all the time. And this is like the one time that I went off track and I thought, oh, a couple of these florals are so cute, you know, what's the worst that could happen? And I even noticed when I was sewing it that it was kind of distorting. And I've worked with jelly rolls before, of course, and yeah, see, that smell is bad. It's supposed to smell like paper, but it smells like a resin or a plastic. Petroleum. Yeah, and this is black. So my husband is in on this experiment with me. That one stopped burning, kind of.
Yeah.
I should go upstairs and get some real cotton so we can show the difference at least. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that smell is really strong. And this is, if you look up how to test the cotton content of a textile, you can read about it online. If I'm able to attach it to this post, I'll do that. I'm not too swift on the internet. Everybody knows that about me. So, but I'll be back. We're gonna burn some cotton. Okay, I'm back. These are just some scraps, but I wanted to show that this is Andover Fabrics. Look how long I've been able to hold on to that. See, fabric never goes bad, honey. So these are cottons, or supposedly cottons. These are little scraps from things that I've recently made. I just jumped in my trash can. But these are all supposedly 100% cotton. So let's see how they behave. Scraps are tiny. I see this cotton curling some, the green.
A little bit, but not as much.
Yeah. The smell is totally different. That one's not. That one's curled. It's pretty black. Now I bought that like just a month or two ago at a quilt shop. Smells different. Well, that one's curling like crazy. Look at that. The thickness of these is very different from the first set that I showed you. And I mean, I didn't expect it to be the same as, you know, what I'm used to working with, because it was half the price. So
You see these are a lot lighter, like the ashes are very light, like
yeah, I do
whereas
see
these
that.
are kind of like stuck together.
And they're very, very black. I mean, like, these are lighter in color, which was one of the things the web said you look for with cotton versus something else, something that's not a natural fiber, basically. So, yeah, see, that's got gray in it, which is what they said to look for.
And the smell is a lot better.
Yeah, the smell is totally different. Yeah. So, for me, the lesson is that for anybody out there shopping around for a deal, which I wasn't, I just liked some of the floral prints, but you should know that they only advertised like the cute prints, and a lot of what they put in that jelly roll that they bury in it is like faded out versions of the pretty prints that you thought you were buying, and also stuff that from a color value standpoint does not belong in the same collection. I'm used to, you know, buying jelly rolls where all of the pieces are cohesive in terms of the color value, but that was not the case with this. So beware of what you're buying, and yeah, especially for somebody new learning how to sew. Like, this other stuff was really distorting on me, even though I was sewing it straight. And someone who doesn't maybe know the difference in feel right away from fabrics might think that they're not doing well with sewing, instead of understanding that the fabric is contributing largely to what their end product looks like. So, just my 2 cents. Something my husband just pointed out to me is that if you look at these brown spots on this old cookie sheet, that's residue from the first batch that we burnt. And if you look beneath these other things, it's different. And he said that the first ones put some kind of residue on his pliers that the cottons didn't. So just a heads up.